is Sandra from Asexualise.com in association with World of Quirky and Quirky Academy. Today I want to talk to you about asexual scammers. So this is a topic that's not very nice to talk about, but I think we need to discuss it. There are some people in asexual groups, forums and dating sites that are not really asexual. Surprise, surprise. So how can you tell if some of these people are really asexual or not? Okay, there's some less obvious ones and there's some really obvious ones. So the first thing is, what do they talk about and how do they talk about it? If they private message you and they start saying things about being on the bed, and if they start sending you pictures of their privates, then they're probably not asexual. But some of it's more subtle. So what are the subtle things that you can, sort of tell? So basically, if you say, for example, you like nudity, and they say, oh yeah, I like nudity too, then they may be asexual by the way they say it. If they say, oh yeah, I think nudity is an art form, then they may not be sexual. But if they're like, oh yeah, I really like nudity too, in those type of words, in those type of tone of voice, then it's highly likely they mean they like nudity because they like to have sex with the person who's nude. And also you can get chat lines by sexual guys, which I'm going to cover in a next video. So that'll be very interesting. And so going back to asexuals, how can you tell if they're asexual or not? Well, they might send you pictures, not necessarily their privates, but of them being in sort of sexual poses. So, they might be leaning back on their chair with their sort of chest popped out, exposed, and they're sort of thrusting at you. When they're talking and they're saying about TV programs, they might be leering at what they're watching rather than just thinking it's like scenery. Also, they may seem to look like a lot of girls. They may seem very flirty. They may actually give you a ton of attention. Now, sexual guys, in comparison to asexual guys, for example, in my experience, sexual guys, they'll chase after me, they'll run after me, if you like. I mean, they can't wait to text and message and everything. And this is not the same for all asexuals. I've got a friend, he messages me tons, who's asexual, definitely ace. But some sexual guys, they'll message, and they'll message you morning, noon and night. And then the way the conversation will go, I'm talking about asexuals or imposters, the way the conversation will go is they'll really, really want to talk to you, and then they'll start backing off a bit if they're asexual imposters. And when the sort of discussion becomes less meaningful in a sexual way to them, they'll most likely go and talk to other women. And you won't hear from them as much. And they may even disappear from talking to you for a while. This is a big sign. If you've really been quite intense with someone, emotionally intense, intellectually intense with someone, then all of a sudden they stop talking to you, or they stop messaging you, or they get very, very, they take a backseat. And I'm not talking about you've just been messaging for a few weeks. I'm talking about if you've been messaging, for like a month or something, maybe a couple of months. Well, even after a few weeks, it can be telltale sign as well. But, I, for example, message guys, and after like 3 or 4 messages, and we realise we're not suitable to be in a relationship, then that's pretty much it if they're ace. But if they're not ace, they carry on with me. And it's what they say, how they say it, and the pictures they take that are assumptive. So those are some of the ways you can find out if an asexual guy is not really an asexual guy as well. So until next time, embrace your quirky and each other's. I'd love to hear your experience. You must have had sexual people amongst asexuals. And you must have thought they're definitely not. Oh, and check their Facebook profile if they're on Facebook. If they've got a ton of porn on there. I'm not saying aces don't like porn. There's a few that do look at porn. But if they've got a ton of porn all over their Facebook page, they're probably not asexual. Asexuals who look at porn generally tend to do it for non-sexual attraction purposes, obviously, because they tend to do it to masturbate, to get aroused because they can't any other way, and just generally because they may be interested to see what the body parts are. Someone who's sexual and has porn all over their Facebook page, for example, or Twitter profile, you know, they're having it because they want to see boobies and penises and stuff like that. Sorry if you don't like me talking about this, but it has to be said. So, you know, I've looked through some profiles and straight away I spotted loads of porn and like, nah, you're not asexual. Okay, so that's another big telltale sign. Please leave your comments below. I know you must have loads of advice for everyone and can share it. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Embrace your quirky and each other's, and I'll see you on the next video. Don't forget to share this with all your asexual friends. Bye bye.